So right before the end of last year, we talked about DJ Academics and all the controversy. And I know some of the stuff we did mention was this is only one side of the story. And we kind of gave our opinion on it based on whatever was out. Since then, he has kind of come out and shared his side of the story and also some other stuff that might have happened and taken place while all this was happening. So,
And he gave us a better timeline to the
well, he's
story
giving us
from his point of view.
He's given us his point of view. Correct. That's what I'm saying. So at least now we can react to that and not just speculate as we were doing. And I think it's only right that if we discuss the other side and we kind of came at him, we have to listen to his side to see if there's any merit to it too.
Yeah.
Well, the girl didn't say her side of the story yet.
She'd say part of it, but then he came out first. And then once again, he has a bigger platform, so his stuff will come out much sooner anyways.
Yeah.
This clip is going viral. Okay. By the way, if everybody know, I clearly said yesterday I've been wearing the same shirt for 3 days, the Keep It a Bean shirt. I've been wearing it for 3 days. This was last night. I come back from my studio. I done told my story. I come back from my studio to my house. There's cameras ripped out of my outside the inside of my house. There's mad monitors broken. There's mad shit broken. I'm even talking to this individual like, yo, damn, why'd you do all this shit? She gets her phone and she sees the blogs already started posting it. And they're posting the clip where it says, ex-girlfriend stole $500K from him. So, she's not a public figure. So she's like, oh my God, you ruined my whole, like I'm done now. Like nobody will ever, that's all people are going to know from me. So she's drunk, by the way. This is a drunk woman. She's screaming, oh my God, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? By the way, at that time, somebody hits me and said, yo, your stream accidentally started. Like it just started because the internet was out before. I come down, I cut the stream off.
Real quick.
That's it. Like there's random.
He wilding for telling the story that he got robbed for $500K and then goes back to the same girl that's in his house that robbed him, and is like,
is it the same girl?
That's the way that he just said it, because she was in his house and that's why she started flipping out, was because he posted the blogs picked up the story that he had just talked about, and she was in his crib. That's crazy. Once I know that you stole from me, I would never have you anywhere near my crib ever again.
Now, the one thing I'm gonna say though, if all the screaming and yelling that was taking place in this video happened the way he's saying it, then I'm like, yo, I was wrong, because I know I went hard. I was like, yo, you're not gonna say anything about all this shit happening in your background, and you're not gonna question what's happening. But now that he describes it as it is, it can make sense that this was somebody who was drunk, who just heard something and started slamming shit up in the ground, and somebody might have tried to stop her from doing those types of things. So I can see it in that way, and how it can be that. And if the stream just started because the internet was out and kind of came on because she was kind of going after different pieces of technology, that can also be true, because that was something we questioned, was like, why was this thing recording live while all this mess is happening in the background? And he does look like he walked in to kind of end it or something.
Them bums on here talking about I called my girlfriend smashing my friends in my house. You can probably even hear her like what words she's saying.
I know we already watched this, so I don't want to like dive too deep into it. And he kind of just share that. But the one part I do want us to hit from his video was that he started showing receipts. He's pulling out the receipts of some messaging that took place between him and the girl after all the stuff that she was accusing him of took place. And I think that's probably the most important part, because this little piece here kind of makes, from an explanation perspective, that one kind of makes sense, kind of a thing.
Because it looks crazy.
Yeah.
It looks
like if it had been as crazy as it was here, and I think everybody would have been arrested, probably, to be honest.
His house did get raided. Well, yeah, he's going to talk about it.
He's going to talk about it in the messages. It's around the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, this should be it. Okay. And y'all can use this for whatever purposes, but, I'm always just keep it a bean. Okay. This is the message. I'm going to tell you, I can't post. So, on that day, So the first, remember, she got in the car, she's leaving. I'm Ubering her back. She says, "Can you talk?" She calls my phone. And she says, "Yo, hey, like, I can't really believe that this happened, blah, blah." She was like, "Yo, are you sure? Like, yo, what happened then?" So I'm like, bro, like, I'm gonna lie, you haven't, like, I hate to say this because, like, I know she gonna feel away, but I'm only speaking facts. Because that's just is what it is. I'm not trying to make her look no type of way, bro. I said, bro, you were having sex with both of them at once. I sent a screenshot, a picture of her with the two dudes to her, right? This is what she said. By the way, I can't post a picture of her and the two dudes, clearly, right? Like, duh. So I cropped it from there and I cropped her name out. This is the messages that proceeded right after that. By the way, she's in an Uber going home back from my crib. Remember, like, I started acting distant to her after I confronted her. I'm like, yo, you fucked two niggas in my crib. Whatever. This is the messages. Now, I don't know if y'all seen what video, whatever she just put up. Does that video sounds like these messages is like, you did something to me, right? Remember, in her video, she says, "Oh, nah." Nah, it wasn't just your friends, it's you. Does these messages sound like Akademiks did anything? I'm going to put it up on the screen. This is the first message after I sent the picture. This is her. Y'all know how text messages work. "I'm sorry. I'm terribly, terribly sorry." I said, "I don't know what you want me to say." You won, I suppose. The reason why I said that is because when she was in my kitchen and I was telling her, like, "Yo, I think you fucked my nigga." You know, like, I looked at you. And if she remembers, possibly wife up there, good girls and horse. Like, why y'all always think that a nigga, we have girls that we could possibly wife up there, good girls. I say, you know, men look at girls two different ways. We have girls that we could possibly wife up there, good girls and horse. Like, why girls two different ways? We have girls that, she remembers this, I'm not capping. I say, you know, men look at girls two different ways. We have girls that we could possibly wife up there, good girls and horse. Like, why y'all always think that a nigga we have, and if she remembers this, I'm not capping. And I'm like, bruh, yo, don't you like girls that be fucking mad niggas? And I'm like, bruh, like, I looked at you. And if she remembers this, I'm not capping. I say, you know, men look at girls two different ways. We have girls that we could possibly wife up there, good girls and horse. Like, why y'all always think that a nigga want a chick who fucking everybody? So that's why I was like, yo, I don't know what you want me to say, LOL. Because I think when she says I'm sorry, she's finally accepting it that she did have sex with the two dudes. I said, I don't know what you want me to say. I said, I guess you won, I suppose. Whatever. She says, I never meant for all that to happen. Listen, does this sound like she's saying I did nothing wrong?
So I'll say one thing. I'm going to say it right off the bat. There's a few things here that kind of raise flags from both ways. So far, this does seem like he tried to address the situation right away. And he's texting her like, hey, like, you did this. Like, he wasn't aware until after, based on these conversations. Now,
that's what he said. That's what
correct.
He said.
Now, this does raise some flags for her because there's an element of like, if I felt like I was taken advantage of, why would I be apologizing for something happening? Exactly. If it was something that might have been forced in some way. Yeah. I think if it was forced, I would have been like, yo, this was forced. This is not me. I'm not going to apologize. I'm like, what are we going to do to fix it? Like, who I'm calling? That's the way I would be. I wouldn't be saying sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then to have the conversation of a couple of things of saying you're never going to look at me the same way kind of shows that possibly she could have been regretting her decisions on that day. And they're like, oh, shit, this is going to change how you perceive me.
Yeah, he started to treat her differently,
Correct.
Which is what he said.
It's about you and your perception. And that could have been something that led her to make different choices moving forward of like, oh, now I got to say something else might have been what happened in order to clean up.
Clean up her play.
Especially if what he said about, and this is speculation because it's something he said that she said, nothing that's on the text message. About, oh, don't you like girls that be with a lot of guys?
But that's a stupid logic. Like, whoever thinks that is, I don't know what's wrong with it. Like, what makes you think we like girls that go after a bunch of men? Like, how does that even make sense?
Because we do, but we just.
Who's
but
we?
Dudes be liking hoes. Where you can't say dudes don't like hoes. But like he said, there's a day we just look at y'all two different ways. It's like we'll still fuck with you, but I just wouldn't wife you.
Yeah, but I'm speaking in the sense of liking, like actually like respect.
No, but I think you gotta keep in mind in the world that they met one another and the world they functioning in. You go right now, she met somebody who's in the entertainment business. So if a lot of the girls that he has around are a certain kind of girl, and a lot of the people that he may spend time with, she may be perceiving him engaging and spending time with certain type of females, like, oh, this is what you like and this is what you're attracted to. So if I do that, I'm gonna get more of your time.
That is so stupid.
That can potentially be what she's thinking, and I don't know. I'm just guesstimating based on these messages, but I can see how a woman with their logic of some sort can end up thinking about it that way. I don't think it's right. Like, it makes no sense, but I can give some kind of benefit of the doubt. I was like, all right, maybe you can assume that, but
not fucking the homies though. Fucking the homies is crazy.
And you let
my homies tag team you. Like, that's crazy.
That is really crazy.
Because it's like I can still, if we just fucking with each other and you fuck with somebody else or whatever, like, all right, that's life. You're not my girl. But you let my homies tag team you,
not just one, but
tough.
two.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, she's wilding. Like, you could tell just by her saying that she has no logic, bro. Like, there's no logic in this woman's brain to think and say, "Oh, I thought you like girls that mess with multiple guys." Like, yeah, because it sounds like she's expecting to get respect out of him. Like, oh, I thought you actually liked that. Like,
not respectful, but for him to fuck with her, like,
which is what he's doing. But for you to mess with a girl, you have to have some level of respect. You're not gonna mess with a girl that you don't have respect for, or take a girl serious. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That you don't have respect for. It sounds like she want him to take her serious. And how's anybody gonna take?
That's just a few messages, but
I mean, I wasn't really getting that from her, that she wanted him to take her serious.
If that's the case, then why does she care how he views her?
Because even though I'm not taking you seriously, we are still fucking with each other, spending time with each other. So now if I go from treating you like, yeah, I fuck with you, blah, blah, and I know what you do outside of when me and you aren't together is one thing, but now you slept with two of my friends at the same time.
In my house.
Like, I'm going to treat you differently. There's no way for...
Even like another level of savage, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think it's that. I don't necessarily think that she was trying to be like wifey, but...
Let's not forget to mention that she stole 500.
No, I think that's a different chick.
Oh, that's a different chick?
I
thought it was... What do you mean?
The chick, because let's keep going. Let me. So the chick, the one that's in the crib right now, when that video that's screaming is a different girl.
Oh, okay.
That she stole the bread from him, from my understanding, and then the girl that they ran the train, they tag teamed her it's from a couple years ago that he was seeing.
Oh, okay, it's a different girl. That's my fault. I got the two confused.
I know you can never look at me the same. This is what you're saying to me. By the way, this is not Cheyenne. This is not Cheyenne. For everybody, this is not Cheyenne. This is some other shit. She says, look, I know you can't look at me the same. Okay. She says, I think I should talk to someone about this. I say, what you mean? She says, I feel really sad, and I think I should talk to someone about it, like a therapist or something. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what's the next message. Give me a second. You know me for like 2 years, and I don't. And right here. There we go. And it says, okay. She says, I'm hurt really bad. It's unlike me to do this. This is what she's saying. It's unlike me to do this, and I don't even know the other guy's name. I was just laying there. Anyway, like at this point, I ain't gonna lie, and this is where I say I feel certain type of wrong for, like, because I'm mad at her. I'm mad at her, like, yo, you know me for like 2 years, and you like, yo, I'm mad at her. Like,
I'm gonna take those messages first and look at the date. By the way, like, that's the last message she sent on the 17th, and then the one below is on the 18th. The one thing I'm gonna say though, a couple things. If I was him, like, I get her. Like, now she has to go on the. Maybe something did happen that she didn't consent to. Like, I'm not going to disregard that. Or she can be potentially saying, I need to fix the way I'm being perceived now, because this is going to affect me.
Nah, bro. She know what she was doing, bro. Because she said, I don't do this. Like, she's admitting that she did it. But she just feels bad. She's feeling shame, and now she's trying to change
she's kind of saying, I was just laying there, like, hey, I was probably drunk, passed out, I didn't consent, they took advantage of me.
I mean, in the text, but in but he said, I don't know if he said it in this video, but before he ever even told her that he saw the video, that he knew what had happened. He was like, hey, did you have fun last night? Do you remember everything? Like he asked her everything, and everything was good. Until then, he was like, "Oh, so like, what's this type shit?"
That's what I'm saying. She's only saying that to switch it up, to change the narrative, so she can try to clean her plate a bit as best as she can. That's really what she's trying to do.
Now I am gonna say something though. If I was in Akademiks' shoes, I'm like, I would be rethinking my circle and who's close to my inner circle. Because even though the girl that's put him in this situation is making these accusations, if those are really your boys, they wouldn't do something that will put you in this position, period. And it sounds like they might have done something, especially if somebody that he might have been messing with for a few years. That means like that. This is somebody I've been kind of like for me, from my perspective, if they're really your boys, they wouldn't even look in that direction.
Yeah. Right.
You get what I mean?
They respect that. That's your
You get what I mean? And probably bring it up to him. It's like, yo, or like ask him and be like, yo, she's trying to do this. Like you will almost like have the conversation of like, do you care, not care? But like, I wouldn't even like, honestly, if they're in your inner circle, they shouldn't even be from my perspective, be engaging in a situation that can affect you, especially when more than likely you're the one supplying this lifestyle to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there are a lot of guys though that live by, like groups of guys that live by the code. It's like, yo, if that's not your girl, it's free game.
But in this case, it seems like she kind of was his girl. Like,
no,
he's known her for 2 years.
Yeah, but he was messing with her for a minute. Yeah, because he liked her. That's what I'm saying. So it is wrong that they have like if they didn't have a conversation about it and like, yo, can I bag her? But like at the same time, that's not your girl, and you got other shorties. Like, don't like.
Nah, but if they knew that he liked her, right? Like if this is like, oh, this one right here,
then it's fucked up.
This one right here is special. The other ones don't really care.
Yo,
but this
not
one's
even
special
just like her. They are in his house. You got what I mean?
Dudes hit shorties in their crib all the time.
I get it. No, but like you're in his house. Like no, I hear, but like it's not
like the homies in his crib.
Correct.
And they hit his shorty. Didn't even tell him for a
like that's what I mean. Like that's messed up in any way that you put it. Now, if you tell me it's somebody that he might have been messing with and they saw her in a nightclub and then whatever and it happened outside of his house, then it is what it is.
It's fair. You know.
But then everything that happened, it also created now this list of trouble that will potentially affect him the most.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean, but like he said, this was I think like 2 years ago. So I'll just kind of wrap up then this because we've been on this for a minute. But so basically they end up he goes to the police. He offers like all the videos, all his phones, everything. They clear him of all charges of any. There were no charges, but that's what they clear him of. Not even like being liable for shit. He helped them with everything, him or his homies.
Really?
So whatever they seen in between the videos, the text, and all of their statements and shit is they have no charges for him.
Oh, so she's wrong then.
Yeah, they said it like Akademiks said that they even started investigating him for other shit just because he has so many guns and cash in his house.
Oh my gosh! I mean, hey, you brought it upon yourself, but he was disrespected by the girl and his homies in his home, in his own crib. That's crazy to me.
But yeah, well, just real quick, yeah, that is super crazy. But we want to, because if we might have on that last video, some of our takes, some of our shit was like, yo, the way that this looks, it looks crazy. Like we gotta hold you accountable the same way we do for other people if this is true. But I feel like in its entirety, he ends up like clearing his name enough, and in public perception, clearing his name enough, and legally have been already cleared his name that like it's cool. Like you get what I'm saying?
I mean, we are definitely thankful that you Akademiks that you didn't partake in this. It wasn't the way it looked, especially in that video. Like we're glad that your name is cleared and you actually wasn't involved in any of this craziness in that sense. Because if you was, man, that would have been
sucked.
That would have sucked.
Yeah, I'm a fan of you, honest. That should have sucked.
But kudos to you, my friend. That's crazy.
I put cameras all over the crib. That's one of the things I definitely learned from this. You gotta have cameras and shit at all times.
Luckily he did though, because of all that, he had more than enough evidence to clear his name. Because women can find any witch. Just because she's a woman, she's already has a leverage over you when it comes to like court or legal battles.
Because she tried to spin that shit and say that he was there too. when he was never there and shit, though, which is the craziest part of all that shit. I mean, saying that shit, that's the type of shit that fuck it up for other women.
Yeah, much respect to you, brother. Much respect to you. Like, again, we were on the fence. We were like, yo, we don't know. We hope this is not true, but glad that it isn't.
All right, now we can switch gears real quick.